Morning everyone, hope you've all had a good week so far. For those who haven't joined in before, my name is Marguerite. Macmillan Move More Physical Activity Service across Wandsworth. We're a service working with people living with and beyond cancer to get more active. And today I'm going to take you through a moderate intensity exercise class. It's very hot today, so even more reason to take everything at your own pace. Only do what you feel comfortable doing. Skip any exercises that you don't want to do. Please ensure that you have water nearby, either a drink bottle or a glass of water, and keep hydrated throughout the class. As I said, it is already very hot today. If you can, maybe have some windows or some doors open as well. If you need to stop and have a rest at any point throughout the class, please do so. Grab a drink, have a sit down, return back once you're feeling ready to return. If you're feeling sick or unwell at all, either before the class starts or throughout the class, please stop or refrain from continuing with the class and only join us when you are feeling ready and up to it. I'll leave the contact details, email and phone number for the Move More service. So if there are any exercises you're not quite sure if they're safe for you to do, or you just want more information about the service, or to get some physical activity support one-on-one, please do get in touch with those contact details. So today's class is similar to the past few weeks we've been doing. We'll start with a warm-up just to loosen the joints and get the body ready. Then we'll go into a bit of cardio. We've got 7 exercises. We'll do each exercise for about 45 seconds to a minute. We'll have a rest at the end of that, and then we'll repeat the cardio section one more time. That will get our heart rate nice and elevated and get us working hard. And then we'll have a break and we'll get into some strength training. So for the strength training, as always, you can do it without any weights. You can just use your body and go through the movements. That's a good workout in itself. But if you did want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can add some weights. I'm using tins of food I found in the cupboard. You can also grab bottles of water, bottles of wine, bags of rice, anything you can grab your hands on. You'll also need a chair for one of the exercises and also another one just to hold on to for support. So make sure you've got one of those handy as well. As I said, please do make sure you've got a drink of water nearby as well. So I will get started with the warm-up. Make sure you've got a little bit of room around you just to be able to do all the exercises. And we'll start with our warm-up. We'll stand with our feet about shoulder width apart, hands down by our side. We'll just start with nice straight back, head looking forward, and we'll do a couple deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Last one, deep breath in and out. Alrighty, we'll start from our neck and work our way down, just slowly wake up our joints, starting with our neck. So just turning to the right and then slowly turning to the left. Just a nice gentle movement, slowly waking up the body. Right, just a few more times in this direction. All right, keeping with the neck, we're going to look up towards the ceiling and then down towards the ground. Again, just a nice gentle movement. Don't strain the neck too much. Just want to make sure it's awake for the exercise class. Alrighty, and now we'll do some neck circles. So starting in the clockwise direction. A nice big circle with the neck, trying to keep the rest of the body as still as possible. Do one more in this direction. Alrighty, and go anti-clockwise, or just the opposite direction you're going before. Again, trying to keep the body as still as possible. All right, and one more. All right, we'll move down to our shoulders. We'll start some shoulder shrugs. So we're just shrugging our shoulders up towards our ears and then down towards the ground, or down back to where they were. Just do a few of these and then we'll add in some arm movements. Alrighty, so we're going to bring our arm over one at a time as if we're doing freestyle in the pool. So just bringing our arms forwards, one after the other. Good job. Just a little bit more of this one, and then we'll change directions and go backwards. Alrighty, and changing direction, backwards, doing backstroke now. Nice big arm movements if you can. A few more. Perfect. All right, moving down to our wrist, hands straight out in front of us. We're just going to do some wrist circles going inwards. So trying to keep the rest of the arm straight and just focusing on moving the wrist in a circular movement. Great, and changing directions. Again, just moving the wrists, this time taking them outwards. Perfect. All right, going down to our midsection, our abdominals. We're going to do an abdominal twist. So one arm on top of the other. We're just going to twist to the right and then twist to the left. Again, just a nice gentle movement. Try not to strain the body too much. Just want to gently wake our bodies up. Just do a few more. Alrighty, staying with our midsection, we'll do some oblique bend twists, side bends. So we'll do our right hand up in the air, left hand down to the side, and we're just going to bend to the left and then straighten and then repeat. Alrighty, changing sides, left hand up in the air, right side arm hanging down the side, and just bending to the right. All right, perfect. Moving down to our hips, grabbing onto that chair or table, or we seem to keep balance. We're going to open up our hip joints. We're going to start with our right foot. We're going to lift up our right leg, just as high as we can, but no higher than hip height. Then we're going to open up our hip as if we're stepping over something, placing our foot down, and then bringing it back to center. So do a few on our right side, and then changing sides. Right, just a few more. Perfect. All right, we'll change sides. Going to our left. Again, holding onto that chair, lifting up our left leg, pretending we're stepping over something, placing our foot down, and then bringing it back. Just a few more. We'll do one more on the side. Great. All right, we'll move down to our knees. We're just going to do some kicks out in front. Hold on to that chair if you need. Just small kicks, not raising your feet very high, just loosening up those knees. Just do a few more. Alrighty. Holding onto that chair again as we move down to the ankles. We're going to do some ankle rotations, starting with our right foot, picking it up off the floor. Be able to pick it up very high and just go in this clockwise direction to start with. Nice big ankle circles. Alrighty, changing directions, going anti-clockwise. Again, nice big circles. Trying to keep the rest of your legs still, just focusing on the ankle joint. Alright, popping that right foot down, switching to the left side. Again, starting with a clockwise movement. Right, changing directions, going anti-clockwise. Again, just focusing on that ankle joint. Alrighty, we'll do one more exercise on our ankle, starting with our right foot. Alright, so we start with our toes pointing towards the ceiling and then pointing them down towards the ground. Just quite a small movement. Alright, we'll do one more. Alright, changing feet, left foot, toes pointing towards the ceiling and then down towards the ground. Alrighty, perfect. I hope everyone is feeling nice and warmed up. We'll get into our cardio component, but grab a drink first before we do that. I'm going to start the timer. So as I said at the start, we've got 7 exercises. We'll do each for about 45 seconds, one after the other. Then we'll have a break, and then we'll do that all again. No equipment needed for this section. We're just going to be using our body weight. Do stop and rest, have a drink when you need. As I said, it is extremely hot today, so remember to listen to your body and take it a little bit easier today. All right, so for the first exercise, we're going to have a slight bend in our knees. Keeping that bend there, our feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to start with our hands in front of our chest, and we're just going to punch straight out in front of us, looking straight out in front as well. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, slight bend in the knees, and just punching straight out in front of you. Trying to keep the rest of your body a bit still. Really focusing on making those punches nice and hard. Keeping a slight bend in the knees, so we're using our lower body as well. Alrighty, keep going. We're about halfway. Got about 10 seconds left of this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next exercise is our butt kicks. Now, if you want to make this one a little bit harder, you can add in some arms. So just arms out at the front and coming back to your body. You want to make that a more of a full body movement. Otherwise, just focus on your butt kicks. Your feet are about further than hip width apart, nice wide stance, and you're just flicking one foot after the other as hard as you can, as if you're going to go kick the bottom. Always remember bringing in those arms if you want to make it a little bit harder, raise that heart rate a little bit more. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next exercise, we're going to do a squat down and then toe tap out in front. So squat and tap. So just pushing your bottom back as far as is comfortable, coming to an upright position and tapping your toe out in front. Good job. It's already starting to get very hot. Got about 20 seconds left. I'm going to try and keep that back straight as we're doing this. Three, 2, 1. All right, the next one is high knees. So taking our knees nice and high, and we're going to push out in front of us. So imagine you're pushing something away. Really try to get some force into that push and taking your knees up a little bit higher than normal when you're walking. Just trying to get that heart rate a little bit higher. Of course, you can take the arms out of it and just focus on the marching or the high knees. Just bring that push into it if you want a little bit of a challenge. Really focus on pushing nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next exercise is our standing jack. One we do quite often, toe tapping to the side and bringing our arms up like we do in a star jump. Of course, if you need, taking out the arms and just focusing on the toe taps to the side. Bringing those arms in just elevates the heart rate a little bit more, gets you working a little bit harder and a little bit more puff out of breath. Alrighty, about 10 seconds left of this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next one, we're going back to a squat. But this time we're going to have our arms overhead. We're going to squat down, we're going to pull our arms down with us and then push them above. So squat and pull and then push above. So it's a bit of a shoulder press with it. Just pushing up above. Of course, if you need just the squat, it's fine, or just the shoulder press is fine if you want to focus on the upper body. Otherwise, combining them together. Ten more seconds of this one. And then we've got one more and then a break. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next one is our lunge, half lunge, and our arms out the front. So just a half lunge or just a step back is fine. Bring your arms doing a frontal raise. Of course, it's always taking out the arms if you need, or taking out the legs, just working on the shoulders. Almost there. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, we will have a break. Grab a drink of water. It's very hot. Remember to keep hydrated. I'm going to do all those exercises through one more time. They were all kind of more of at the minute mark. So I'll give us a minute break as well. We're going to start, still got about 35 seconds left of the break, but we're going to start with our knees bent and our punching straight out in front of us, keeping our back nice and straight and our head looking forward. If you're not quite ready to join back in when we start in 15 seconds, please just extend your break and have as long as you need. If you are ready, we'll start back in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight bend of the knees, keeping our back nice and straight, punching straight out in front of us. Trying to keep our body as still as possible as we do this, really focusing on keeping that bent knees and a nice strong punch. You can pick up the pace if you want, go a little bit faster, or you can go a little bit slower. Remember, just do what you can. We're about halfway for this exercise. "20 seconds. Our exercise after this one is our hamstring curl or our butt kick. And then we're going to add in the arms if we want to as well. 5 seconds left of this one. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to our hamstring curl, known as a butt kick as well. Looking our feet up behind us. Bring in those arms if we want to. Otherwise, just hands on the hips is fine. Alrighty, we're about halfway, 30 seconds left. Might be able to try flick that leg a little bit higher. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next exercise is our squat and toe tap. Squatting down and then tapping our toe out in front of us, alternating our legs each time. I'm clasping my hands just in front of my chest because I find that easiest, but you can also have your hands on your hips if you want. Just whatever works for you. Got 25 seconds left. Almost there. Our next exercise is our high knee and the push with our hand. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're high knee. Really focusing on bringing those knees a little bit higher than normal. And if you want to add in the upper body, we're pushing out in front of us, imagining that we're pushing something away from us. Really try and get some force in that push. Good job. Got about 20 seconds left of this one. All right, 15 seconds. Almost there for this one. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, our next exercise is our standing jack. So toe taps to the side, bringing in our arms if we want. So alternating feet, toe tapping to the side. You can just focus on the lower body or bringing in those arms if you want to. We're about halfway for this one. We've got 2 exercises left of the cardio section. Alrighty, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next one is our squat again. So going back to a squat, and we're going to bring in our shoulder press if we want. So squatting down, pulling our arms down, and then pushing them overhead. Taking the arms out if we need. Just focusing on the squat, or taking the squat out, just focusing on that shoulder press. All exercises can be modified to suit you, so just do what you can. Got 15 seconds left of this one, and then we're on to our last exercise. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, last one is our step back and frontal raise. You can make it into a lunge if you want. Remember taking out the arms if you need, or taking out the legs. We've got about 30 seconds left. We'll have a break after this exercise. Ten to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, have a break. Grab a drink of water. We have a wee break before we start our strength component. So for the strength component, we've got 6 exercises. 2 for the lower body, 2 for the abdominals, 2 for the upper body. We'll go through each exercise once, doing 12 repetitions of each. Then we will repeat into each exercise one more time. And then we're done. We'll do some stretches just to cool down. If you're going to add in weights, this will be the section we're going to do it. We need to hold onto the chair for one of the exercises, and we also need to sit down on the chair for one of the exercises. So do make sure you've got one of those nearby as well. First exercise is our lower body, and we're not going to use any equipment. So I'll show you first before we get into it. Just extend that rest period a little bit longer. We're going to stay with our feet together, a slight bend in the knees, and we're going to do a side step to the side, tapping our toe and then bringing it back in. Always keeping that slight bend in our legs and our back straight. We're going to do 12 on the right side and then 12 on the left. We'll start to feel a bit of a burn in our legs, particularly in our quadriceps in the front of our thigh. So if everyone's ready, we'll start. Feet close together, slight bend in the knees, back straight, looking forward. 12 to our right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. Keeping that bend, 12 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11 and 12. Perfect. Feel a bit of a burn in the legs. We'll give those a break and we'll go to our upper body. So we did the shoulder press with our squat and the cardio component. This time we're just going to focus on the shoulders, adding in weights if we want. Starting with our arms at shoulder height, we're going to press overhead so that our hands meet in the middle over our head and then pulling them apart back down to starting position. Alrighty, we'll do 12. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. Popping one of our weights down, we're moving down to our abdominals. This is an exercise we did last week. It's the wood chop. So it's good for our abdominals, also our legs. So we're going to clasp our weights in both our hands. We're going to go down, starting at our right knee. We're going to pull our arms across our body, up over our left shoulder as high as we can, and then back down to our right knee. And that's 1. So we'll do 12 on our right and 12 on our left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Switching sides to our left leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. Going back down to our legs. Grab onto that chair. I'm going to hold onto it for this exercise. So we're working our bottom and our legs. So we're going to do a side extension. Starting on our right side, you're going to lift your leg up to the side, just as far as you can, keeping that leg straight, and then back down to starting position. So we do 12 on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Perfect. Changing side. Left side. Remember, keeping our legs straight, just lifting it as high as you can, as high as is comfortable. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12, perfect. Alrighty, moving back to our upper body, we are going to do an elbow side extension, which is great for our arms and shoulders. Start with our arms at shoulder height, palms facing inwards and our hands at chest height. We're going to keep our arms as still as we can, extending our elbows whilst rotating our palms to bring us facing forwards, and then bringing them back to chest level whilst our palms rotate to face inwards again. So we do 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Perfect. Popping those weights out of the way. Our next exercise is back down to our abdominals, and this is where we'll use our chair. So we're going to sit on our chair, not all the way back, bring yourself a little bit forward. You're going to have your feet close together and your legs touching, keeping your back upright, facing forwards, holding on to the side of your chair to help you through the exercise. We're going to lift up our legs together just as high as we can whilst keeping a nice straight back, and then slowly release it back down. So we'll do 12 of these. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 more, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alrighty, before we do all those exercises one more time, grab a drink, and then we'll do those all through once more. So while you just had a little longer break, I should remind you of the first exercise. So it's our side lunge or side step, slight bend in the knees, and we're going to tap our toe to the side, 12 on the right and then 12 on the left. Alrighty. Remember, if you need a longer break, please take one. We'll start on our right side, bending our knees slightly, tapping to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keeping that bend in our knees. Going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Giving our legs a much needed break. We'll go back to our shoulder press, working on our shoulders. So remember, our arms are at shoulder height. We're going to press up our hands to meet in the middle over our head, and then slowly release them back down to starting. So grab your weights if you're using them, and we'll do 12 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Popping one of those weights down, we're going to go to our wood chop, clasping our weight in both hands, bending the knees, taking our hands to our right knee, and we're going to take our hands across our body up to the left side as high as we can, and then back down to the right knee. So we do 12 on the right and 12 on the left. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right, changing sides to our left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alrighty, popping the weights down, back to our lateral leg raise. So we need our chair to hold on to. Starting on our right side, feet close together. We're going to raise our leg to the right, just as high as you can, as high as it's comfortable, keeping our leg nice and straight, and then back down to center. So do 12 on our right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alrighty, changing sides. 12 on our left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alrighty, moving the chair out the way for this next exercise. It's our side elbow extension. So our elbows up at shoulder height, palms facing inwards with our hands at our chest, extending our elbows, keeping them at shoulder height, rotating our wrists, our palms are now facing outwards, bringing our elbows back in and our hands to chest level. So we'll do 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Popping those weights out of the way. We're going to go back to our double leg lift on our chair, working our abdominals. Sitting down slightly forward on the chair, feet and legs close together, back nice and straight. We're going to hold onto the sides of our chairs with each hand. Keeping our back straight, we're going to lift our legs up just as high as we can and then slowly release them back down. So we'll do 12 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. All right, so grab a drink. That's all of our exercises. We will go through some stretches as we cool down. We'll start with our lower body. We'll do our calves. So we're going to put our right foot forward, left foot back, keeping both feet flat on the floor, bending our front leg and keeping our back leg straight. Feeling that stretch down the back of our back leg, particularly in our calf muscle. If you can't quite feel the stretch, take your feet a little bit further apart, but make sure your feet are both flat on the floor. Remember to hold onto something like a chair if you need to. Alrighty, and changing legs, putting that left foot forward, right foot back, both feet flat on the floor. Bend of the front leg and keeping the back leg straight, feeling the stretch down the back of your back leg. Hold it for a little bit longer. Alrighty, we'll do a hamstring stretch. So we'll start with our feet together. We're going to put our right heel slightly forward with our heel on the floor, toes raised, bending forward with your hands rested on your right thigh, feeling the stretch down the back of the leg again. Leaning a little bit forward if you want to feel that stretch a little bit more. Alrighty, changing legs, left heel on the floor, slightly forward, tilting at your hips, hands on your left thigh, feeling the stretch down the back of your leg. Remember to bend slightly forward more if you want to get more of a stretch. Holding it for a little bit longer. Alrighty, we'll move to our quadriceps, front of our thigh. You might need a chair for this one to hold on to. We're going to start on our right side, so flicking our leg back. You can either just hold it like this as is, or if you can, grabbing onto your foot or your ankle, or if you're wearing trousers, long trousers, your trouser leg, trying to keep that bent leg close to your other leg. Try not to stand like this. You're more of a stretch with them close together. Alrighty, changing sides, left leg behind, holding it any way that's comfortable for you, holding onto that chair as well, trying to keep your legs close together. Alrighty, perfect. We'll do a couple upper body stretches as well, starting with our shoulders. So right arm across our chest, left arm comes underneath it, pulling it closer to your chest, feeling it in your right shoulder. Holding it for a little bit longer before we change arms. Alright, changing sides, left arm across the chest, right arm coming underneath it, using that right arm to pull your arm closer to your chest, feeling it in your shoulder. Alrighty, we'll do a tricep stretch. Right hand up above our head, using it to plant on your back, and then on the top of your back, and then using your left hand placed on the elbow just to push it down gently, just to feel that stretch a little bit more. Feeling it down the back of the arm here. On the upper part of your back, using that right hand on the left elbow just to push it down, feeling that stretch a little bit more. All right, we'll do a chest stretch, arms out to the side, slightly behind the body, pushing your chest forward, feeling that stretch across the chest. All right, perfect. We're doing upper back stretch, clasping our hands together, straight out in front of us, putting our head between our arms, really trying to extend our arms up as far as we can, doing a stretch across our upper back. Alrighty, now giving our hands a bit of a shake and our legs a little bit of a shake as well. We'll do a couple breaths in, deep breath in and out, deep breath in and out. Nice deep breath in and out. One more. Good job, everyone. Thanks for joining me this morning on this very hot day. Remember to keep hydrated throughout the day. And yeah, have a good day. Enjoy the sunshine. And I'll hopefully see you at the same time next week. Do leave any feedback or comments in the comment section below. If you want to get in touch with the Move More service, our contact details are also below. Enjoy the nice weather, and I'll see you next week.